up and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about the side hustle. There was a time where I worked 5 part-time jobs, just all side hustles. It was an adventure. So today I thought I would sit down, have that chat with you guys. I want to know what side hustles you guys have, if you still have them, if they got you through a rough part of life, if you're using that money to save for something, let me know. But there was once a time where I worked 5 part-time jobs. I learned a lot. Sit down, grab a drink, let's have a chat and talk about the side hustles and the life of working 5 part-time jobs. This was back in the day where I was coming off of a cruise ship. I wasn't really sure if I was staying in Columbus for a while, if I was gonna go back out. I kind of wanted to, meet the community, get to know people around here, see if there was a theater scene, all that jazz, and I just needed something to help me pay my rent. Not gonna lie, it was kind of awkward. One week I was literally sitting in the Bahamas, and the next week I was filling out job applications to work minimum wage jobs for the summer. Like, it was a culture shock. Either way, I started working at the company White House Black Market just as their associate. I loved their clothes, I still do, and there was one right down the street of my brand new apartment, so I got that job right off the bat. Job 1. While doing job 1, I was getting to know some of the ladies in the city, because ladies come in and shop at White House Black Market. One of them got to know me really well, and she asked what I did. I told her I was a music teacher, performer, all that stuff, and she said, "Oh, there's actually an Academy of Music down the street. I think they're looking to hire more teachers for the summer when the kids are out of school. You should go apply." 2 days later, I was in the shop, filling out the forms, playing my little sonatas, and I became a staff member for their voice department and a little bit of their beginner piano lessons. I think I did do a studio tour on this channel. If I find it, I will link it above in the cards. So I think it'd been like a month and a half since I'd moved back to Columbus. I was working White House Black Market, and then I was also working part-time at that music academy, teaching, I want to say 5 or 6 kids at that time. It will become more later by accident. I accidentally did the greatest marketing scheme of all time. I'll tell you about that when we get there. And then as summer ends, I find myself looking for ads for more singing gigs, maybe just more teaching gigs that are more consistent. I got myself my substitute teaching license. I was able to teach K through 12, any subject, because I have my master's degree, but then I could teach interim or long substitute teaching for K through 12 music. Band, choir, orchestra, general music. It was really awesome. I think I substitute taught in 5 school districts, so there was always a day that I could either go in full day or half day and get some substitute teaching under my belt and in my bank account. And I was lucky enough to also be invited to join a paid church choir. Paid church choir is amazing. You are essentially paid to go to rehearsals and sing the Sunday services. You're expected to go in and know the music ahead of time. The only downside to church gigs that are consistent every week is you are always giving up your Thursday nights and your Saturday mornings. If you were going to try to go travel or take a long weekend, you have to go through the hassle of finding a substitute, and when you're new to a city, it's kind of a pain in the butt. But I was very thankful. That was job 4. Retail, music academy, substitute teaching, and then church job. My 5th part-time job kind of came about as an accident. There was a family that was thinking of joining the academy and they decided against it, and they emailed me and said, "Hey, we really liked you. We know that you substitute teach. We know that you're a safe teacher to be around. We got your background check because you teach in our school district. Would you mind teaching our son privately?" So I became a private teacher and I became an academy teacher. And so long as I kept my students and their students separate and didn't have a conflict of interest and take their students into my own studio, they were completely 100% fine with it. My bonus 6th part-time job came in, but it wasn't constant, which was paid theater gigs. I didn't realize there were so many theaters in this city that paid their actors either weekly or a stipend at the end of the show. Now granted, you're only getting paid when you're doing the show, but it is a little bit of extra pocket change. So let's see if I can name them all. It was retail, music academy, substitute teaching, church job, private music instructor, and then getting paid to do theater. On that topic of the 6th one, I got cast as Mary in Mary Poppins, and it was happening at the Palace. We talked about this when I did my vlog for Annie. I asked you guys if you wanted to see some behind the scenes of Mary Poppins, and you guys said yes. I'm in the process of getting that footage because I didn't do YouTube then, but my friends filmed all my flying lessons. If you want to watch me fail flying as Mary Poppins, you definitely can. But in the bio of this production, I wrote that I was a music teacher at the Downtown Music Academy, and Mary Poppins was being put on by a very small insurance company. You probably never heard of it, Nationwide Insurance. Nationwide is on your side. Call me, I'll do your next commercial. Just kidding. They were putting on this production to raise money for Nationwide Children's Hospice and Palliative Care. So the show was done at the beautiful Palace Theater. They had marketing, my picture was on a billboard, my name was everywhere. I did not know this was going to happen. I, again, was new here. It was my first time auditioning for the show, and I had put, again, in my bio that I was a music teacher at that academy. And I vaguely remember walking into work that Monday morning after the show closed, and my boss was sitting outside my office. He goes, "Can you come in here for a second?" And he walks me into the admin office. He presses play on the answering machine. Whoa. Anyway, he presses play on the answering machine. There had to be at least like 20 to 30 messages. They were all, "Just saw Mary Poppins at the Palace. We want to take lessons from Kristen. We want to take lessons from Kristen. We want Kristen. How do we get in her studio?" So I went from being very like part-time, I think I went in like 2 days a week to teach some kids. I was able to quit doing retail and really only substitute teach like 1 or 2 days a week. I put all my chips into the basket of that academy. I taught there Monday through Friday. I want to say like either 3 p.m. to maybe 7 or 8 o'clock private lessons all the way through, simply because I put in my 100-character bio that I was a teacher at this academy. And I just stopped working there a year ago. They're great. We left on wonderful terms, but when I bought my house, I kept my own private students here at my home, and it was just a lot easier to teach them here. That is the time, about a 6-month period of time, I really did work 5 and sometimes 6 part-time jobs. Calendar blocking doesn't even cover it. So much organization, but at the end of the day, I look back on it and I think, you know what, I was my own business then. I knew the money I had to make, what I had to bring in, and I was still able to pay my bills and set aside money into my savings for the down payment of this house. So looking back, yes, it was a hustle, yes, it was hard, but if you are someone currently doing it, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. I did recently do a video of side hustles you could do from home. I will link it up above in the cards. It shows various different jobs you can do from the comfort of your own home to bring in a little bit of side money, a little side hustle you could do in your pajamas from the comfort of your home. But once again, it is all completely worth it. And now that I own my home and I do not have to be at the mercy of a renter, I don't have to worry that my rent's gonna go up. I have a more consistent idea of the money I have to make each and every month. So do I recommend side hustling? Absolutely. It's a way to work on your skills as a business person, as an entrepreneur, as a marketer. There are just things that you can't learn in a classroom, and I think business and marketing is definitely one of them. Like I knew nothing. I literally learned through trial and error. Clearly, I didn't know that putting my information into a bio was going to ever have that kind of effect. And it was really cool to be able to call my retail job and put in my 2 weeks notice and just politely let them know that I was going to go from making that minimum wage to 3 times that much per hour teaching, you know, what my degree was in voice and piano and music. And I had these wonderful kids because the school district that I teach in is really top notch. They are wonderful kids. Some of them are probably watching this, but they are fantastic, and it felt good to know that I was moving myself up in the world. It wasn't like through bribery. It wasn't anything more than hard work and being at the right place at the right time. So that is my very quick and random story that I wanted to share with you guys. The time that I worked 5 part-time jobs. Let me know your part-time experience down below, if it's in your past, your present. Let me know what you guys have done or are doing. I would be so interested in seeing that. If you like these videos, let me know by giving them a thumbs up, and if you are new around here, click that subscription button and that little bell down below to be updated each and every time I upload a new video on this channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. Side hustlers, this video was for you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!